Hello everyone, this is Yusuf from Crafting Clouds, and in today's video, I'm going to be going through the Opportunities app. So this video is really meant for the sales team that is looking to track their deals through their sales cycle. This is the app that you'd like to use. So whether you're the sales rep or the sales manager and you're interested in Method CRM, this video is for you. Now, the opportunities, if you're not already familiar with CRMs, opportunities is a feature that a lot of CRMs offer, Method CRM also being one of them. So, this is just a tool for you to go ahead and track your deal, whether it's with new business or existing business. You want to be able to capture that deal so that you can look at your pipeline at a high level and understand where all your deals sit in the pipeline. So this is the opportunities list, and there's a lot of columns here that you'll see right out of the box. Now you can go ahead and you can modify these if you like, just to show the relevant information that you want to see. Then you also have a lot of list views. So there's definitely a lot of filter views that Method offers. I think Method just tries to give you as much views out of the box as possible. That way you can hit the ground running with opportunities and choose the view that is the most meaningful to you and your business. Now, with that being said, you can definitely reduce the number of views here. You don't have to use all of these. I know that I get a lot of feedback from a lot of the businesses I work with that this is kind of overwhelming and a little bit intimidating. So with a very quick customization, you can significantly reduce these views to just 2 or 3 that matter to you. Now, the Reorders tab here, this is a feature that Method offers where essentially it allows your customers to go into the customer portal, which is a separate video that I'll be talking through. I actually do have a marketplace video, how I build a marketplace for your customers to go in and buy items and create essentially invoices or sales receipts on their own without you having to do it yourself. I'll include the link to that video in the description below. That is in the customer portal, but what it is essentially an area for your customers to go in and interface with Method CRM, whether it's updating their customer information, reviewing recent transactions that they might have had, looking at outstanding, invoices that they should be paying and paying those invoices. These are all things that you can do through the customer portal. Now, the customer portal is something that's customizable as well, so you can do an abundance of things depending on what fits your needs. But for the reorders, this is just a way for your customers to go ahead and look at a previous sales receipt or a previous invoice. They want to just easily be able to reorder it, kind of like on Amazon, right? When you see something on Amazon, you do the subscribe and save. That's just an automatic reorder that you want to be able to do. This is something very similar to that, where you could just go ahead and you can easily just reorder something previously. That way you don't have to go in and, have the sales rep or call into the sales rep and basically ask them to manually create the invoice or sales receipt every single month. So that's the reorders. Now going back here, if we go into an opportunity, okay, so I'm just going to open up an opportunity. And you know what? Let me choose a better one here. Let me say this one right here. Okay, so we're going to use John Derringer. I don't know who that is, completely fake, but I just wanted to show you basically what the opportunity looks like. So right away, you'll notice right on the right here is this app ribbon. So this is something that's standard across all of the stock apps in Method. So this app ribbon basically shows you all the related records and transactions that could be generated off of the opportunity. Okay, so you can go ahead and you can generate an estimate. You can generate a work order, invoice. You can create activities. So track any transactions that your sales team might have around this opportunity in your activities as well. Okay, so right here, you'll notice that I've already pre-populated this opportunity with some pretty basic information. So the opportunity name, all of this can be customized. So everything you see here, if there's something that you don't like or you don't quite need, not to worry. Method is extremely flexible, and that is really where the power of Method comes from, is that you can kind of take something that's given to you and mold it to exactly what you need. So right here you have, the opportunity name, the stages. So this is kind of the out of the box stages that Method gives you, and the the defined sales pipeline that Method gives you, right? And each stage comes with its own probability percentage. So when you have closed one, it automatically pre-populates with 100% probability, which basically means it's taking 100% of the amount, which is $1,000, and putting it into your pipeline. Same thing with negotiation. It'll only take 50%, so $500 of this amount of 1,000, and that is your pipeline value, as you can see here. So these stages can be modified. You can go ahead and you can modify all the stages to something more meaningful that matches, your business process in house. And you can also add in the probability percentages to those stages that make sense to you. So you don't have to use these. You can easily manage these. You can overwrite these. You can make them inactive. You can make them active, as you can see here. These are all things that this is completely customizable for you out of the box. So there's nothing that you really need to do here in terms of customization. So going back, you'll have the close date. So this close date is a required field on the opportunity. Now, what this close date really is it's essentially telling you what is the expected date of when you think this deal is going to close or when it's going to reach a decision, whether it's closed won or closed lost. So this is something you just want to, maybe your sales cycle traditionally lasts 3 months, maybe it lasts 1 month, maybe it lasts even a year. You'd likely just want to put it to a date like that. Now, again, this could oftentimes just be pre-populated through customization. And then you have tags. So tags is kind of an area where you can go ahead and you can add a particular tag to your opportunity. And that could also be helpful when it comes to just sorting your list views and whatnot. Then this assign to, this is basically your users in Method, so your sales reps. So basically, if you're creating an opportunity for someone else, it's automatically, if you choose someone else, it's automatically going to check off this notify assigned to, which means when you click the save button, it's going to shoot an email to that sales rep to notify them that this opportunity has been assigned to them. Okay. By default, it just assigns it to you, the user logged into Method. So this is essentially the sales rep. Now, the cool thing here is that this is kind of like a pseudo transaction in QuickBooks, right? Because now you can go ahead and you can add items to this opportunity. So by default, this would be checked off. But what I've done is I checked it so that I can see this grid and I can add items to it. So these are essentially your QuickBooks items, or they are your QuickBooks items. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to add your QuickBooks items in here based off of what the customer, whether it's a business or an individual, what they want, what they're inquiring about. So you're going to put in your items of what they're inquiring about. You're going to determine, how much that's going to cost. And then you might also add notes here, right? So you can say something like, John wants to continue to begin next month. Please make sure you get the please make sure you schedule a consult with him prior to go measure the space. Okay. So you can add whatever you'd like into the description. Okay. It's always helpful just to add more context to your opportunity. Then you have the business type. So this is your opportunity type. So this is what I've defined for a field service company. So you have installations, renovations, repair, and you'd categorize your opportunities into these opportunity types. Again, just like your stages, you can go ahead and you can modify these. You can update these and change the names. You can add new ones. You can delete old ones, whatever you'd like to do there. Okay. And then you have your lead source. So you can basically identify, what your lead sources are. Same thing. You can manage them here if you'd like. And then you can go ahead and populate the lead source for that opportunity to help for reporting. Then you also have email campaigns. That's helpful when it comes to running email campaigns out of Method. I won't go into much detail there. We'll talk about email campaigns in a future video. And then you also have cases, which is essentially like a support case. So a cases app is essentially, anyone who requires support for, an existing service that you've already completed for them and they need further assistance. It would usually come in the form of a support case, whether it's a complaint or it's an inquiry, whatever the case may be. You can also attach a case to the opportunity, and that's helpful for reporting. Okay. Then you also have next step, so you can populate what you want in here for what the next steps are. All right. So your sales manager or sales rep stays informed. And then you have your attachments widgets, right? So you can just attach documents, whatever you'd like in here that is relevant to the opportunity. Now, with that being said, I can go ahead and I can either email a contact, and what this is going to do is just take me to the email app, and then I can go ahead and shoot out an email directly to John Derringer. When I go and I send off this email, it will actually be logged as an activity against the opportunity. That way you have that history and that additional context attached to your opportunity, which is helpful, okay? Then if we continue, you have your save buttons, and then you have all of these transactions. So you'll see here we have create estimate, create sales order. Again, this is not available for QBO users, just QBD. Create work order, create invoice, and create sales receipt. Okay, so these may or may not show up for you depending on what you've subscribed to in Method and what permissions you have in Method. So if you don't have access to the sales order app, you're not going to see the create sales order button here. So it's only going to show you the relevant buttons. So, and then you also have clear and new, make a copy of the opportunity. If you know of there's another deal in the pipeline that's very similar to this that you just want to be able to make a copy of, and then you can also delete it. Now let's go ahead and let's actually go and create an invoice for this. Let's say that, this one is closed one. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to create an invoice for this opportunity. Okay, so right away, you're going to see it's transferred over all the information that we required from the opportunity. And it even attaches a pre-populated message to let you know what opportunity it came from. And as well as if we go back, so if I hit save here and I just go back, okay, now you're going to see that invoice is attached, okay? So now you know that this deal has fully been converted because you've reached closed one stage, as well as you have an invoice attached, all right? So all of your relevant, interactions or transactions that run off of your opportunity will show up here within your app ribbon, okay? Now, finally, what I want to conclude this video with is your reports. So the reports that are given to you in Method, you have the charting, okay, which is nice because you can kind of just drill down into the charts and see, what's the makeup of these results that are shown to you, right? So it shows opportunity by assigned to. Obviously, this is my demo account, so it's only going to be me as the sales rep showing up on this chart, and it basically shows me all my deals. Then I also have pipeline leaderboard, obviously because it's only me, it's going to see that I have 100% of the pie. Right? But imagine if you had multiple sales reps, you would see, a composition or wedges show up for each sales rep here. Okay. Then you also have the opportunity by stage. So you'll see here we have, a pipeline amount of $697.50 in discussion, $1,250 in negotiation, and $4,500 that are closed one. So if I want to go and click that, I can go ahead and I can further, find out exactly what makes up that $4,500 amount for my closed one deals. Okay. And then if I wanted to go directly to the opportunity, I simply just click that opportunity from the list view and it takes me directly there. Okay. So this is kind of neat. This, you have multiple ranges too. So you can do this month if you wanted to, and right away it's going to adjust for just deals in this month. You could do last year, which I believe will show nothing because I don't have anything for last year. You also have year to date, or you can even do custom dates. Okay. And then you can specify the sales rep. So again, because it's just me, it's, imagine you'd have multiple sales reps here or multiple users. You can go and specify the user that you want to look at in terms of and review their reports for that particular sales rep, or it just defaults to shared and it shows your entire sales team. You also have one lost. Now this one will show you kind of like your conversion ratio, source type, and average deal size. This one, is just another set of charts. It's not displaying for some reason on my side. I believe it's because I'm not populating all the right information for this to work. And then you have your activities. So right now it's telling me that I have one work order that was generated from an opportunity. And it's showing me from which opportunity this work order was generated from. So this type and this kind, it's melodies. So if I go into hers, all right, you'll see you have a work order here. And really what it should have done is taken me to the work orders app. So I don't know why I did that. That's something that Method should probably update. And then really the charting is great, but it is kind of limited. What I think is the best types of reports that you can get out of Method is through their print reports. So, you can really do a lot through a PDF format report in Method. If you have a specific report that you want to be able to report back on based off of performance for your sales team, I'm almost 100% confident that, almost certain that we can get it done for you. It's extremely powerful what you could do with PDF or print reports here. But let me just go ahead and just show you kind of the opportunity list by stage, for example. Let me hit print preview. And right away, it's just showing me a nice report showing me all my stages closed. I have 1 in closed loss, 2 in closed won, and 1 in negotiation for this time period of January 1st to today. Okay. Now I can go ahead and I can choose, opportunity list by assigned to, which is the sales rep, right? And obviously it's just going to show me because I'm the only sales rep in the system. But this is another out of the box print report that it shows you. So you can imagine that all of these are going to show you, all the opportunities by sales rep for that time period. So that's out of the box, which is really neat. There's a few more here. We're not going to go into each one, but like I said, if there's a specific report that you really want to be able to run that you don't see here that you feel like could be helpful, that can extend off of your opportunities, feel free to shoot me an email. We can talk about it over a call. We can really do any type of reports that you'd like in terms of print reports. And then we can have those reports auto-generate for you, every month or every day or every 2 weeks, and automatically send over to the sales manager. That way they don't have to go in here and run it themselves. They just get a PDF copy in their email inbox at a particular cadence that you specify. And I think that's essentially it. That is the Opportunities app. I hope that was helpful. Again, this app is really meant to empower your sales team to start tracking their deals the right way so that they can report back on it and get further data insights from their sales team performance, understand where the bottlenecks are so that you can improve and 3x your sales. So hope this video was helpful. I'm going to put the link to my website and my email address down below, as well as the video of the Marketplace app that I previously mentioned. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.